Welcome back to A Minute with Chelsea. Let's go gently into our morning together. We're going to follow in Charlotte's little tiny 16-year-old footsteps. We take our time getting out of bed with a long, big stretch before we descend into the world and say hello and good morning. Then we spend a little bit of time outside basking in the sun while our mother refills the bird feeder and the bird bath, and also treats us as if we are on Toddlers and Tiaras because I have to take pictures of her constantly because she's so cute. Say cheese, Smoochie. Smile for mommy. Well, she wouldn't come back inside, and she only lasts about 10 minutes tops usually, so I left the door cracked and I vacuumed. She doesn't love the vacuum. She's not against it, but she doesn't want it while she's asleep. She's always like, mother, quit. I checked on her again and she's still rolling around, so I cut up an apple and decided to try to give it to the birds. They didn't eat that fucking apple. They let it sit there all day until it rotted. I also needed to sweep the porch because it was gross, and there was a screw on the porch that fell out of the eaves or something, out of the siding. So I was trying to tidy up and I was like, don't let me get in your way, Charlotte. I had to sweep around her entire body like she was a dead cat, like a chalk outline. She let me sweep around her like she was just not there. And then she came inside and she said, I am exhausted from sleeping on the porch, mother. I need to take another nap. So she went to her room. I turned her fan on. I have not told you guys the worst thing that she started doing. Oh my God. Her new favorite thing is when she comes in, she's hot, she lays on the floor. I have to blow on her belly, literally on her belly for 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. While the princess took her nap, my FabFitFun box was arrived, and I paid for this a long time ago for a whole year. So it's always a little surprise. I got this Rare Beauty lotion. I got this. I love that brand. I don't know how to say it. Elemis? I've never tried this, but if you use too much, your hair looks greasy, so don't use too much, but it does work. And I got this Skin Nutrafol pill because I like that brand. And then I got this silk stuff for your hair because I'm trying to make mine very healthy, so I'm gonna sleep in that. Also, no one told me that lip oil is just lip gloss that is colorful. I love it. I thought it was more intense than that. It's so nice. This is a jewelry organizer. You can slide your rings over those little hot dog pieces right there, and it's amazing. It's an organizer. It's tiny and it folds up flat for your travel. I love that. I wish it wasn't doo-doo brown. I wish it was pink or something, but I'll take it. These are mushrooms and I'm chopping them up into little slices because I'm gonna make a burger. Not really, it's a steak, but it's meat. It's a meat. It's a meat. I think I have had a stroke. It's meat. Anyway, my mushrooms, I used to make mushrooms all the time. I never knew what the fuck I was doing. I just did what I could. When I first moved out of my house, into my own house, I didn't live in a house. I lived in a duplex next to Narcotics Anonymous. It was $350 a month and I was in danger, girl. These are sweet potatoes that came from HelloFresh and they're already blended. They're very soupy, but I added some Jet Puff marshmallow whipped cream stuff. What's it called? I forget what it's called. Marshmallow cream and some brown sugar and some cinnamon, and I'm having steak with mushrooms and Brussels sprouts, and I'm watching Broad City because I need someone to hate Donald Trump as much as I do on television. It makes me feel better. Anyway, when I lived in my skanky little house, I used to make mushrooms all the time, but I learned that I needed to leave them the fuck alone in order for them to cook, so I've learned how to make them since then. I cleaned out the pantry and got a bunch of food. It's not expired, it's just stuff I'm never gonna finish, and so there's this thing in Conway, which if you live here or you live nearby, I want you to know about, so listen up. It's called The Sharing Fridge. They have a Facebook page. It is at 1018 Salem Road. It's located in front of the building. It's over by the Methodist Church. Now, don't come at me with judgment because I will not hear it. This is important and I think it's a nice thing in our community, and some people have opinions on it, but I will not be listening to them. If you have a meal that you got from a restaurant and you will not finish, you are allowed to take your leftovers to this refrigerator. The refrigerator is full of to-go boxes. It's where restaurants can take leftovers at the end of the night. The fridge is not locked. It is open to the public. If anyone needs a meal, no questions asked. You just go to the fridge and take what you need, and that includes things that are people's leftovers. So even if you ate half of it and didn't finish it, you put it in the fridge. I know that sounds gross to some people, but to some people it might be whether they can make it to the next day or not. So I did not take things from my fridge to the fridge yet. I just took things from my pantry because they also have a food pantry. And I had things like oatmeal and little canned peaches that were individual, perfect for breakfast and lunch for kids, stuff like that. So I just took a bunch of it up there, and then a bunch of boxed macaroni and noodles and things like that. I shopped at Costco and I got too much of one thing. So, it's been in there a while. Someone will eat it before I can. So I thought, why not take it over there? And I think it's brilliant. Say you don't finish one of your boxes of spinach or spring mix. None of us ever do, right? Take it to the fridge as long as it's still good. It's just an amazing resource for the community. I'm very into it. I think it's a great thing. And if you do take your leftovers, they're most likely going to be gone by the next morning. The pictures you just saw on the screen are from the Sharing Fridge's Facebook page. So those are actual pictures of the fridge. I went to Pilates class, and afterwards I stopped at Swig. I wanted a dirty Diet Dr. Pepper. And then I drove over to the Sharing Fridge to take my stuff and put it in the building. I'm listening to this book. I really like it. Behind Her Eyes, it's one of the best ones I've read all year. Then I had crackers in bed with Charlotte because, she loves fake cheese.